the news this afternoon. President Tinubu suspends 5% telecommunication excise levy under revised national law. National Youth Service Corps condemns assault on corps members in Anambra State. And court orders temporary freezing of bank accounts belonging to former NNPC Group Managing Director Kiari over alleged fraud. Good afternoon and welcome to Rstv News at 3. I am Catherine Ago. Do you love and care about Rstv State and her peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is the task we must accomplish. You can watch Rstv News live on YouTube and Facebook or at Rstv Online. You can subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. Now the rest of the news. Rstv State Contributory Health Protection Program has begun local government area stakeholders engagement awareness and enrollment town hall meetings with a charge to residents of the state to seize the opportunity and benefit maximally. The enrollment and sensitization kickstarted at the Ogali Civic Center in Eleme local government area and aims to educate residents on the importance of health care, which has become rather unaffordable for less privileged. Melvin Jackson covers the sensitization. His reports.
Special Assistant to the Sole Administrator on Health, Dr. Shitoro Oluwene, thanked organizers of the program, emphasized the need for the indigenous people and residents to prioritize health issues. Dr. Oluwene noted that the state government has put in place healthcare facilities to cater for the well-being of the citizens. He eulogized the Executive Secretary of Rstvlive, Dr. Betty Agala, for the initiative.
We are expecting that in the next 1 year, we should be able to have registered more than 3/4 of the population of Rivers State at the minimum, and that is why we are doing this aggressive sensitization, because of the gains that is inherent in the program, because we want our people to benefit.
Addressing participants, Dr. Agala hinted that the event was aimed at reaching out to the rural dwellers and curbing the menace of health challenges as well as the benefits of enrolling in the health program. Dr. Agala recalled that the program, which started a year ago, will get to the 23 local government areas of the state. According to her, a total of 107,556 registered beneficiaries were treated for free, as she advised the people of Eleme to be serious about their health.
If you are part of the health insurance, don't wait until you are sick and dying. Please go to the health facility just for a checkup. Go again, and if nothing can be done at that level, they transfer you to the next level. That's why we are doing this, so that people know. When people have knowledge, then they can utilize the service.
Administrator of Eleme Local Government Council, Dr. Gloria Obo Dibia, who declared the program open, thanked the Executive Secretary for choosing Eleme as the first port of call and promised that the program will be continuous.
People are beginning to take their health very seriously. So for the Eleme community, my community, we want to see longevity, we want to see people live long, live in good health. We want to see people be able to achieve their aims, their goals, whatever they set out to do, whatever they plan to do. And you can only do that when you're healthy.
A good thing for the people in Eleme to come out and do the test, and if they are positive in the malaria, they give them free drugs, they don't pay for it. Why those pregnant women, they give them
advantage approach any health facility and just to this organization, and this a lot achieve.
This program will help many people, because so many have died. As God has remembered Eleme today, we will survive.
The enrollment and sensitization exercise continues tomorrow with Ahoda West local government area. Melvin Jackson, Rstv News.
Arrangements have been concluded for the Rstv State Council of the Nigerian Union of Journalists to host the union's Zonal Executive Council meeting in Port Harcourt. A statement jointly signed by the chairman of the council, Comrade Paul Baziansani, and the secretary, Dr. Ijoma Tubosia, said based on the constitutional provisions, the zonal meeting will be held between Wednesday 20th to Friday 22nd August 2025. According to the statement, participants will during the gathering come from the 6 states of the South-South geopolitical zones, and guests are expected to arrive on Wednesday the 20th. It informed members of the union that Wednesday's activities include a courtesy visit to the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Information and Communications, Dr. Ono Sirawu, and a media facility tour to Hyprep, the zonal meeting, and a dinner are scheduled for Thursday, 21st August. A statement said participants are expected to depart on Friday, the 22nd. It appreciated the support and cooperation of state government and the permanent secretary towards making the hosting right a reality. It prayed God for a safe trip to the various attendants as well as fruitful deliberations during the time out. This year's 6th Division Inter-Brigade Combat Proficiency Competition has commenced at 6th Division Headquarters, Port Harcourt. Justice Ihunwo tells us more.
The participating brigades include 6th Division Garrison, 2 Brigade, 16 Brigade and 63 Brigade. They are competing on fitness race, map reading, combat swimming, skills at arm and shooting, as well as obstacle crossing. The General Officer commanding 6th Division, Major General Emmanuel Emeka, represented by Brigadier General Makafi Ibrahim, declared the event open and spoke on the importance of the competition.
The journey to combat efficiency is a challenging one, marked by rigorous training, which encompasses both physical mentorship and teamwork. Through your perseverance and teamwork, you have honed your skills and prepared to face any challenges. The skills you will showcase today are not merely recreational. They are the cornerstones of your survival and the success of your missions. Proficiency in combat is not just a desirable trait, a fundamental requirement for any soldier who seeks to excel and survive in all terrain.
Also speaking, the commander 6th Division Garrison, Brigadier General Sani Ahmed, represented by Acting Deputy Director Works 46th Engineering Brigade, Lieutenant Colonel Thomas Obegu, tasked the brigades on healthy competition and emphasized on its impact.
This competition is not merely an event, it is a vital opportunity to test your mental and physical fitness in the face of evolving security threat.
Justice Ihunwo, Rstv News.
Winne Dumko, a native of Ogoni, has released an 11-track album titled Give Thanks to the Lord. The tracks include Nigerian Independence Thanksgiving Song, amongst others. Emmanuel Emeyono has the report.
The lyrics of the gospel music contain messages of hope, faith, and resilience, which could be a source of comfort in difficult times. Furthermore, the song's rich history and cultural significance will motivate individuals to connect with their heritage and find strength in their faith. According to the songwriter, the lyrics in the first and second album, launched last year, were inspired through divine messages from God. Dunko said he had an experience while writing the song, which has strengthened his faith, and he believes that the song will resonate with everyone who listens, bringing them closer to God.
There are fantastic messages, deliverance, restoration, and all that. Healing. I can tell you that this is the song that if you listen to it when you are sick, before you finish, the sickness is over. I have experienced this myself.
Dunko said Nigeria Independence Thanksgiving Song is a message of hope that Nigeria will be great again by the grace of God. He expressed gratitude to God for the divine wisdom, strength, and courage which has enabled him succeed, and thanked his wife, children, and everyone for the support in the production of the album.
Nigerians, we should focus on God, wait for his time, don't rush. What is meant to happen will happen, no matter what. God carried me to several places in the course of this song and showed me what this song is doing and what it is going to do, and showed me the right path to follow. So it is right for us not to be too hasty. We should mellow down, slow down, and then focus on God.
Dignitaries who graced the occasion described the songwriter Mwine Dumko as a true Christian who is hardworking, perseverant, and prayed to the Almighty God to grant him the grace to enable him to actualize his dreams.
He pursues his vision very well. I would still encourage him to continue to listen to God and receive more, pursue his vision to the end.
Sir Dumko is a very humble person, no matter the age, no matter your status. Somebody you can call your confidant. Whatever you discuss with him remains with the both of you.
I was very surprised. My husband is not a musician, neither amateur or just like you heard there. So I want people to believe in God. There is nothing God cannot do. When God wants to use you, He will use you mightily.
Emmanuel Lemenyonu, Rstv News.
President Bola Tinubu has permanently abolished the controversial 5% excise duty on telecommunication services, a move aimed at easing financial pressures on consumers and businesses in Nigeria's digital economy. The announcement, which was made by the Executive Vice Chairman of the Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, Aminu Mida, during a media briefing in Abuja, confirmed that the excise levy, initially suspended in 2023, has now been officially removed under revised national tax laws. The duty, which applied to mobile voice and data services, had sparked significant backlash from both industry stakeholders and consumer advocacy groups, who argued it would increase the cost of digital access and threaten viability to telecom operators already grappling with high operational costs. President Tinubu first suspended the tax in July 2023 as part of a broader fiscal policy overhaul aimed at mitigating the impact of multiple tax burdens on businesses and households. The suspension came through a series of executive orders signed shortly after he assumed office. The Academic Staff Union of Universities has urged the federal government to delist the union from the Tertiary Institutions Staff Support Fund, while calling on its members to gear up for fresh protest for other unresolved demands. A statement by its president, Christopher Piuna, at the end of ASU's National Executive Council meeting held at the Usman Dan Fodio University, Sokoto, described its inclusion in the federal government loan scheme as a ploy by the government to conscript it as a guarantor of loan it knows nothing about. ASU maintained that rather than float loan schemes, the federal government should release the withheld 3.5 months' salaries of its members, which it said would be of more value to them. Do you love and care about Rivers State and her peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is the task we must accomplish. Still to come, 2026 presidential campaign in Uganda underway as ruling party leading opposition forces take landmark steps. These and more stories after the break. Stay tuned.
I need the police that can respond to emergencies first.
I want the equipment I need to do my job.
I want a police that won't harass or arrest me for no just reason.
I want to be valued for my work, not feared by honest people.
I want a police that won't ask me anything for the boys.
I want a decent salary that is paid on time.
If it happen with good laws,
proper funding,
training,
and cooperation.
If it happen.
If it happen.
If it happen.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
You're welcome back. The National Youth Service Corps NYSC has condemned the assault meted out on a corps member, Jennifer Elobo, by local security operatives in Anambra State. Describing it as unfortunate, the NYSC in a statement said that there was no justification for such an action. The video of the incident emerged some days back, showing members of the Operation Udogachi, better known as the Agune Chamber Vigilante Group, assaulting the corps member. They beat and stripped her of her clothing in Oba community of Idemili South local government area, accusing her and other corps members of being fraudsters. Justice Emeka Nwite of the Federal High Court in Abuja has ordered a temporary freezing of 4 bank accounts of the immediate past Group Managing Director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, Mele Kyari. The freezing of the 4 accounts in Jai's Bank was sequel to ongoing fraud investigations by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. The order to freeze the said accounts was issued in a ruling on an ex parte application argued by the lawyer who represented the anti-graft agency, Ogechi Ujam. The ex parte application sought for the court's order freezing the bank accounts listed in the schedule. The applicants persuaded the court to order the temporary freeze of the said accounts so that the commission would be able to conclude its findings and investigation was still going on. It was on the claim that by the EFCC that the 4 bank accounts belong to Kyari, who is currently being investigated in a case involving conspiracy, abuse of office and money laundering pending the conclusion of the investigation. The Independent National Electoral Commission has said the eligible voters who pre-registered during the ongoing continuous voter registration exercise cannot obtain the permanent voter card PVC outside the office of the commission. INEC Director of ICT, Bayode Lawrence, who explained this on the television program, said that online registration alone was not enough to complete voter registration. Lawrence said that the PVC could not be issued after the pre-registration process because the biometrics of each eligible voter would have to be done physically but at designated INEC offices. According to him, while applicants can fill and upload some of their information online, physical presence at the INEC registration centers remains mandatory to complete process and ensure the authenticity of the voters' data. The ICT director noted that this measure was necessary to protect the integrity of the voter register and prevent manipulation or duplication of records. African Development Bank AFDB, Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, has called on African governments to end corruption and illicit capital flows that cost the continent more than $580 billion annually. Adesina, in an interview with newsmen in Maputo, Mozambique's capital, maintained that if African leaders are to deal with a debt file that's approaching $2 trillion, it must begin to take visible action to end sleaze. The lender's president explained that while nations also need access to more concessional financing and debt restructuring where necessary, curbing outflows is crucial. According to him, illicit financial flows and rising debt have become 2 of the most pressing challenges facing African economies, while stressing that these outflows drain resources that could otherwise fund infrastructure, education, health, and job creation. And on the foreign scene, the 2026 presidential campaign in Uganda is officially underway as both the ruling party and leading opposition forces take landmark steps. Deborah Oligi tells us more.
The National Resistance Movement (NRM) unveiled President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni as its candidate for the January 2026 election. His official campaign portrait was reviewed by senior party figures Alhaji Moses Kigongo and Richard Todward, signaling the beginning of the campaign period. Meanwhile, opposition parties have mobilized swiftly.
There has been participants in and for most of the time leaders of the efforts to liberate Uganda from sectarian fragmentation and political collapse, ensure its economic recovery, ensure the growth and expansion of its economy, ensure that the start of socio-economic transformation of society starts so that Uganda becomes a modern country.
A traffic accident in western Afghanistan has killed 79 people, including 17 children, most of who were on the bus carrying Afghan migrants. deported from Iran. A Taliban Interior Ministry spokesperson, Ahmadullah Motikwi, who confirmed the accident to newsmen, said everyone aboard the boat was killed, and well as 2 people from the other vehicles. In recent months, Iran has stepped up its deportations of undocumented Afghan migrants who have fled conflicts in their homelands. Hamas armed wing, the Qassam Brigades, said its forces raided a newly established Israel military position south of Khan Yunis in southern Gaza. In a statement, the group said its fighters eliminated a number of occupation soldiers inside houses at close range with light weapons and grenades. It also claimed a sniper fatally wounded the commander of Merkava, 4 tanks, and that a suicide bomber detonated explosive among Israeli troops and reinforcements arrived, killing and wounding soldiers. The Qassam Brigade said the raid involved mortar fire, anti-tank shells and explosive, and that the attack lasted several hours before its fighters withdrew. The group did not provide a specific number of soldiers killed or wounded. Flight crew at Air Canada have ended a dispute with the line had grounded flights and stranded thousands of passengers since Saturday. A tentative agreement was announced by the union representing flight attendants and confirmed by the airline. More than 10,000 staff walked out in protest at pay and scheduling. The deal has not been disclosed in full, although the union said it achieves transformational changes for work and the industry. Air Canada says the nearly 4-day strike has affected more than 5,000 passengers. Deborah Olede, Rstv Foreign News.
And on entertainment, Grammy-winning Nigerian singer Burna Boy has become the African artist with the most entries on the US Billboard Hot 100 charts. Let's join Sharon Iro as she tells us more from the entertainment scene.
Burna Boy collaborated with American rapper Gunna, WGFT, from the rapper's new album, The Last WUN, debuted at number 96 on this week's Hot 100 charts, bringing its total entries to 7. The last artist maker is also the first African artist to debut a song on the Billboard Hot 100 charts in 5 consecutive years, from 2021 to 2025. A post recalls that Burna Boy's first graced the chart in 2021 with Loved by You alongside Canadian pop star Justin Bieber. He made his first solo appearance in 2022, picking as number 44 with Last Last. Tragedy has hit the Nollywood industry as popular actress Bosi Alao has lost her husband, a former Benin Republic international striker, Razak Omotoyosi. According to reports, Omotoyosi died on August 19, 2025, although the cause of the death has not yet been made public. Bosi Alao and Razak Omotoyosi got married in 2027 and their union was blessed with 4 children. However, their marriage experienced challenges over the years, going through periods of separation and reconciliation. In 2018, the actress made headlines after accusing Omotoyosi of domestic abuse. She later clarified that their situation was a marital issue and needed counseling rather than public criticism. World-renowned British actor Idris Elba has opened up about his heritage, revealing how his cultural background shapes both his identity and his outlook on life. Speaking in a recent interview on a television program, the actor, best known for his roles in Luther, Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom, and The Wire, reflected on the complexity of his roots and how they have influenced his sense of life. Elba explained that although he was born and raised in England, which he remains proud of, his story is not defined solely by his British upbringing, as he viewed himself as a product of diverse cultural strands, thanks to his parents' varied backgrounds. The award-winning actor revealed that his curiosity about his origins led him to undergo a DNA test when he was about 29 years old.
At some point in my later life, I was probably about 29 or so, I took my DNA test. I knew my mum had an American father, but my dad's from Sierra Leone. Very proud. Sierra Leone, Ghana, DNA. No Sierra Leonean. Wait, what? No. 10% Ghana, 10% Nigerian, 20% Bantu, 5% Togo, 5% Senegalese, Cameroonian. I mean, it was a map, right? I looked at this thing like, what is going on?
Sharon Iro, Rstv Entertainment News.
And in sports, Ngasano's side fell to 2-0 defeat against Nigeria in a Group D encounter at the 2024 African Nations Championship. Odibi Tarinabo tells us more.
The Congolese were eliminated from the competition following the defeats. Gattuso considered that his team's fate was sealed by a stronger opponent. Despite his team's early ouster, Gattuso remained philosophical, stressing that they gained valuable experience despite the painful outcome. Oyiwa was handed his first start of the competition by Coach Chell, and he made a big impression. The 20-year-old reflected on his performance in the game. Despite Nigeria's early exit from the competition, Oyiwa and his teammates showed a refusal to bow out meekly. Newcastle striker Alexander Isak has accused the club of failing to keep to their promise amid the ongoing transfer saga. The Swedish striker was the subject of a bid from Liverpool during the off-season and has been training away from the Newcastle squad, having indicated he wanted to explore his options. Inter Miami striker Luis Suarez has expressed his readiness to return